Coverage continues now with CBS News Miami's Nicole Skanga in our nation's capital with what we're learning about the people on that boat. Nicole, today the White House confirmed one of the people was a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, U.S. officials, Lauren, now confirm that American citizens were actually aboard that Florida-registered speedboat we've been talking about, involved in this week's deadly confrontation with Cuban border guard, a vessel that Florida authorities say had been stolen, of course, just hours before the incident. But according to a U.S. official who is familiar with the investigation, at least one of those killed was a U.S. citizen, and at least one of the wounded is also an American. Others on board were believed to be lawful permanent residents, and at least one person held what's called a K-1 visa, or a fiancé visa, as it's called colloquially. Now, Cuban officials have been characterizing the group as armed infiltrators. That's a claim that U.S. authorities haven't confirmed yet, but the U.S. government says it's launched its own investigation and is seeking more information from Cuba about the Americans involved and the circumstances behind this shooting.
All right, Nicole, so what are the concerns going forward now as this investigation unfolds?
Yeah, it's interesting. The deadly confrontation off Cuba comes amid rising concerns from U.S. officials about instability on the island and the potential for a new surge of maritime migration to the U.S. U.S. Coast Guard and Homeland Security officials I've been speaking with in particular have been monitoring open source and intelligence reporting suggesting the possibility of organized boat departures from Cuba, including talks of a flotilla as economic conditions deteriorate, public unrest grows. Now authorities have not confirmed any organized mass departure just yet, but officials say maritime interdictions in the Florida Straits have been ticking up compared with recent years. That pattern is historically associated with worsening conditions inside of Cuba. The involvement of U.S. residents in this week's incident and Cuba's allegation that the group is armed also raises these concerns among U.S. officials about the risk of more freelance or militant exile actions at sea, which of course could increase the chance of more deadly encounters between civilians and Cuban security forces. For the Coast Guard, the immediate operational concern is really twofold: a potential spike in unsafe migration voyages across the Florida Straits and the possibility that heightened tensions could lead to more of these confrontations in waters near U.S. borders. Lauren.
A lot of factors to consider here. Nicole Skanga live for us in Washington, D.C. tonight. Thank you.